vampires, bodybuilders, trains, barbarians, revolutionary war. And Sentai, cosplay, lunars, LARPing, furries, nudists, and more. Practitioner, more than a hobby. Practitioner, more than a hobby. Practitioner.
So we're back with another episode of Practitioners, More Than a Hobby. We're here today with Sam at Cosplay Dad on Instagram.
Can you define cosplay?
Well, cosplay comes from the word costumes and play. People take it to every different level and stretch it by their imaginations, but the root of it is costumes and play and having a good time. I got interested in cosplay because my daughter loves the costumes, she loves the characters. I've always been a comic book nerd myself, and taking her to the conventions, she sees Superman and Batman and Wonder Woman, and all she wanted to do was dress in costume. She was about 2 years old when I started building, and she wanted to do Robin. And with her limited vocabulary, it was very clear that she wanted me in a Batman costume. Could I have gotten away with a t-shirt? Probably.
Right.
But no, you can't disappoint your kid. It's a hobby as much as it is for me.
Yeah.
It's a hobby for her. So she has a lot to say, and being 7 years old, she has an opinion much more than she did.
Yeah.
You know, she has a strong opinion even when she was a baby. But now her opinion matters a lot more when it comes to the costumes.
So Tiz is also making her own things now?
Yeah, we talk about the costumes, and if we look at the back of my costume, you'll see that there are two fans on there. And
Yeah.
I based this costume off the 1980s Lex Luthor, and there's an action figure that they made. So when I do these costumes, I typically try and find the action figure
Yeah.
and base the costume off that figure, because it's very easy then to look at it and dissect the pieces. So she looks at the costume and says, "Daddy, you're gonna put two fans here, and you need to get green fans."
Yeah.
Well, of course I was gonna do it, but the fact that she came up with that thought on her own was really special.
Yeah.
So I've got the Lex warsuit armor from the 1980s, created by Kirby. Jack Kirby had designed this costume. This is a little bit more of an updated version, but like if you think about the Super Friends, this is what Lex Luthor wore to battle Superman.
When you put this on, like how Lex Luthor do you feel?
You know, the first time I put it on, not so much, but when I did a photo shoot, I was given instructions on kind of like how I should squint my eyes and move my lips and hold my teeth. At that point, I felt like Lex.
Yeah?
You know?
Yeah, I'm really interested in this whole set of new vocabulary that you and your daughter have with cosplay. Like, how has that been able to transition into parenting? Like, how is she with patience? How is she with focus?
Well, she's good.
Yeah.
She really understands that things take time, but we walk through every step. Anything that I can have her help me with, I do.
Okay. Yeah, so you guys are designing, crafting, and engineering together.
Absolutely.
That is amazing.
Those type of skills are going to be able to carry over into her real life.
Yeah.
Things that she'll be able to, eventually she'll be in middle school and she'll be in the school plays, and they're going to start doing set design and costume design. And those are things that I wasn't really fortunate to have growing up.
Yeah.
So it's going to be really nice that she's going to be able to be part of it, and hopefully as a parent be involved with that as well.
When you come to conventions with her, and there's a lot of people who want to give attention to other people because they appreciate what they're doing, what is that like for you as a father, and what's that like for Tiz?
Well, it's twofold. On one hand, it's great having the attention. On the other hand, is I don't want her to get a swollen head from that attention, because people do know her, people recognize her. She has her, obviously, nickname versus her given name, and we try and use Tiz as much as we can. She also has a lot of friends here, and that's how I feel like I can keep her safe, because I do have a lot of friends that walk the convention. But she also gets shy at times. And there are times where she'll hit a wall, and she will just be like, "Nope, no more pictures, I'm out of here, I'm done. You want to go right, I'm going left," just like any kid does. And I've learned to understand those cues from her. She's very good at telling me what's going on. You know, the signs are, "Daddy, I want to be on your shoulders," or "Daddy, hold me." If I'm wearing a cape, there are times where she'll like try and crawl under the cape. The hard part is at times when you go to these conventions that are in hotels that have bars, and people are drinking, and then they're you know, they're a little bit freer and they don't bite their tongue as much. So you have to be careful with those type of conventions. But I've never had any problems at them, but of course I need to keep her safe.
Yeah. What is it like for you having a fan base?
So as far as the fan base goes, it's fun. I mean, it's nice having people that admire the work that I do, that ask questions, and to me it's something that I would be doing anyway, but I like giving that instruction to it. And because cosplay is about having fun and creating a community, I like sharing the techniques and helping people along the way. So to me, it's fun that people like and they, you know, give the hearts on Instagram or they leave comments. But what I really like is I like when people message me and say, how did you make that? I'm working on this type of costume myself. What are your recommendations? How can I bring this costume to the next step? So for me, that's what I like doing, whether it's with my daughter or if it's with other cosplayers.
You said that, you know, there's a Wolverine costume in your future, which means there's probably going to be an XIII. You know, it's another family dynamic. Are there times where you cosplay outside of that dynamic?
In some ways, yes. My daughter really wanted a Torn costume, so she wanted Thor's daughter, and I was happy to make it for her, but I didn't really have a go-to costume as well. There's sometimes where I just want to be in a t-shirt and be able to be a nerd and do my own comic shopping.
Nice.
And so Torn's one of those costumes that she can wear her costume, she can be the center of attention,
Yeah.
and I can play cameraman.
Sam, thank you so very
It's my
much.
pleasure.
Yeah.
Practitioners more than a hobby.
So we are back at another Comic-Con, my second ever Comic-Con.
We're here at the Greater Philadelphia Expo Center for the Great Philadelphia Comic Con. We're hanging out today with our practitioners Sam and Tiz Gras and our artist for the episode, John Merks. We're sitting down now at the Hero Hotties table where Tiz is selling prints of herself in cosplay. Tiz, can you tell us about what you're wearing right now?
So right now I am wearing a XIII costume. These are my claws.
Who made these? You and Dad.
I didn't initially think about making this costume for her. I didn't think she would be interested. It didn't really cross my mind. And then when she came and said, Daddy, I want to be this girl, I said, okay. So it was a pretty fun costume to put together. With this costume, most of it was store-bought. The shirt was custom. I had...
So it looks just like the one in the movie.
I went to AC Moore and purchased a gray shirt and freehand the drawing on there. For me, the hardest part was just knowing the colors of the rainbow.
Red, orange, yellow, blue, purple. You got
yellow, green.
I did good?
You did fine
Yeah.
except for right here.
Oh, don't tell anybody that. So, I'm colorblind. That makes a real problem.
Yeah.
Daily, it's not a big deal, but when it came to actually doing the full-on rainbow, that was a huge problem. And I sat there sending pictures being like, is this the right order? Is this the right order? But that's what happens when she's not there and I'm working on projects. She's my color coordinator, right? But she helped me with the claws.
So what are the claws made out of?
These claws are made out of plastic, while her other claws, the ones that she uses to battle and stab, those are made out of foam.
Okay. So Tiz, what's your favorite part about going to conventions with your dad?
Making and wearing costumes.
I saw when you were walking around, people were stopping you just to ask to take pictures. How does that feel?
I like taking pictures. It's fun.
So I like taking pictures, especially when it's with our friends. I want to take pictures, or if it's with a character that fits who we are.
What is your favorite costume that you've ever made for your dad?
Oh my God, I don't make costumes.
You don't even help with your dad's
I
costume?
do.
So you get a credit?
Okay. Probably Lex Luthor.
Oh, nice. We saw that Lex Luthor costume.
That was great. That was a good one.
I helped him all with that.
Okay.
And what's your favorite cosplay that you wear? Is it one of these?
No,
It's not.
it's a Harley Quinn onesie.
The pajamas, right? The pajama Harley Quinn. That's a really good one.
Practitioners more than a hobby.
Marks of the band Switchvu. John has been following us around as we talk to Cosplay Dad and his daughter Tiz.
This is wild. I've never done anything like this before. I've never seen anything like this before. This is really mind-opening experience to come to something like this. And Tiz is amazing. She is incredible. Sam's incredible. I can't wait to work on this song. I can't wait to make something I hope that they love. And really, the whole point of music is to create an emotional connection. So I just hope I can do something that is meaningful to them.
Like from what you've gathered today, what will you take back to the rest of the band?
The experience I had from meeting them, the impression as people that they made on me, and the relationship they share, that's what we'll focus on.
What are you thinking of in terms of a genre for this song?
That's really tough, only because this environment is a good fuel for everything. And every kind of art is here, every kind of emotional bond is shown throughout this room, throughout this convention. You have love, you have blues, you have fire and anger and excitement and action and laughter and closeness, and there's so many things to pick from. That's something I think that'll be a surprise.
Cosplay Dad and Tiz, who are a wonderful little pair, with her walking around as X-23, people stopping her to ask to take pictures, and she's handling it in a way that is way more mature than I thought she was going to handle it when I saw it. I mean, there's definitely a sense of pride she gets from what she put together, but there's also just like, she's just so damn cool about it.
Yeah.
And that was pretty fun to see. Despite this being my second ever Comic-Con, this is a very comfortable environment for me. I like it. I feel very at home, but I feel like this one is for the people that get their nose in the books. And
it's very comic heavy.
It is.
Whereas I think Katsucon has a broader focus. But we ended up seeing a lot of people who were just there to be photographed. Like, it seems like you go to Katsucon to be seen, to be seen and to be photographed. You come to Philly Comic-Con because you specifically love comics and like comic characters.
I'm liking all the varieties and combinations of families that I'm seeing.
Yes, there's all kinds of diversity here. It looks like cosplay and the Great Philadelphia Comic-Con is for everyone.
Practitioner is more than a hobby.
I'm gonna bring my kids here because this is this is the exact kind of chaos that my kids are bred for.
Yes.
So this is exciting.
Can this convention hold that many Gants in one place?
I don't think there's any one place that can hold us Gants, but we'll definitely come here until we get kicked out. It won't take long.